On here again. My name is Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards, and you can get those boards at lifeskateboard.com. So earlier today we were pressing and then doing some shaping, and then I had to change the premiere time to 12:15 for a travel video that we were doing when we went out to Stoke Run and Cleveland, and a little flashback to Columbus, Indiana. So we're going to just continue the live here until we hop over to doing that premiere. If you're unfamiliar with what we do here, we handcraft skateboards. So we glue all the boards by hand, press them, they're in the press for 24 hours, they cure for 7 days, and then they're ready to be cut out. When Sam cuts out the shape, this is how the edge looks. I need to bring that to a 90 with a concave, and then it is time to start shaping. Sorry again for abruptly quitting the live there. We are going to get going here. I have found a little bit of a solution to the mic situation. Right now you guys have a broken piece of veneer underneath the phone on the tripod to keep this mic working. So thank you for that. Time for a respirator, and then we will take these through. If you guys have any questions about board making, feel free to ask. These boards are available at lifeskateboard.com. At about 12:15, I'll end the live and we'll hop over to the premiere, okay? All right, so this is one of our big guys here. So the next step here is my favorite to show you guys and my favorite to watch. Being careful with the tripod here. My tripod is having some troubles today, isn't it? There we go. Move you over here for the next step. Sure is smooth, isn't it? That is my favorite part of the process to show you guys. screen freeze on us again. Yeah, sorry about that. The seems like my screen has been freezing up on me. One more step here, and yeah, sorry guys. Skateboard. Yeah, this is a fat skateboard. If you guys are asking about the earlier live, I just left because I changed a video to a premiere at 12:15. So I'm going to keep working until about 12:15. We'll go over to the premiere, and then I'll be back again for a live. Alrighty. Let's get you guys over here. Yes, I do skate. I should hope that the person making your skateboards. Ooh, you guys are gonna see me get mad again. I worked so hard to set this all up before we came back on the live, and now it's messing up again. Sorry guys, this mic is not good. And we're good to go again. All right, sorry about that. You don't skate, but you want to make a board, you should probably skate. Promise. But if you're making it for yourself, that's cool. Just, I don't know. I don't surf, so I don't make surfboards. I don't snowboard, so I don't make snowboards. But I skate, so I make skateboards. Roller skates are pretty cool too. Remember, the trucks for skateboards came from roller skates. Chopping a plate in half and putting them on a piece of wood. All right. Thank you. So this last step here is just removing any excess glue from the board that everything else didn't get. Bunt for Andrew said, "Fight me in real life." I'm right at the Life Skateboards headquarters. Chill with the imaginary threats. Lance Mountain? I love Lance Mountain. There you go. I'll hug you, I promise. I give hugs out a lot. I'm a hugger. That's better. So these big boards, and you'll have to check on the website to double check, but I checked the triple XL pan head this morning, and it's 130. That's for the big ones, the 14.6. Popsicles start at 75, so there's our big range right there. of ours all day. You want a pair of wraparound sunglasses? I don't own those, sorry. You'll have to find those at your local gas station. Hunt for Andrew, you're just an annoying little dude, aren't you? Now I never have to worry about you again. Surf skate, so the surf skate community has gotten a hold of a lot of our boards and they like them. I would suggest looking at like the Boar or things like that. I found a Reddit for surf skating that people had our boards and were loving them, so. Gabba Gabba, I believe. In the UK, Gabba Gabba skates. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm familiar with Big A skateboards out of the UK, but. Yeah, Andrew, gone. Yeah, see, if you're just like a thorn in my foot here, I'm gonna give you some time to like change and maybe be here for the interesting stuff. But after that, there's no point in having you here, you know what I mean? So as far as the graphics go, we apply our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks that are carved by local artists. So we have like set graphics that we can use, but because we use lino blocks, placement is very custom. We can also do a collage, which is me messing with background colors, double prints, and things like that. The price of this big guy here, they're $130, and then you've got popsicles at $75 and shapes all the way in between. What you advise you? I advise you to get a Life skateboard. Get a Life at lifeskateboard.com. That's the best advice I got for you. I'll have to check it out. That name sounds super familiar, and knowing Big A, I feel like I should know that. We might even be in a makers group together on Facebook, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'll definitely check them out. What can you make for using an Indo board roller? So Indo board rollers use a flat piece of wood, not a board with concave. So I'm making boards with concave. Thank you, guys. A wooden barbecue. No. It's like asking if you can make a... Can you make me a fire poker out of gasoline? Yeah, we do custom shapes all the time. Dang, Chutch. You don't want splinters, okay? That's a bad idea. We do custom shapes all the time. We also you can customize your wheelbase, you can customize your ply number, all kinds of stuff. So we always suggest going through the website. I should make a giant skateboard for a sign. Nah, how about I make giant skateboards for under your feet? And we do that all the way up to 14.6. Actually had people ask us to put a datum in the bottom of their board to make electric longboards, so thank you guys, I appreciate it. and now they suck, right? Because DSM sucks. But we got crazy pop and crazy concave, so check us out. You hear that, guys? Banning somebody from my channel got me a sub and a sale. Thank you, dude. And thanks for letting me know. That's awesome. Hey, but if you make sure you turn on notifications for my channel, I have nothing that even resembles a schedule, so you just gotta kind of catch me. And at 12:15 today, I do have a video premiering. So in about 30 minutes, we're gonna hop off here. I'll watch the premiere with you guys, and then I'll be live again. Awesome one though. Frankie Hill no complies are an awesome trick. If you don't know what a Frankie Hill no comply is, it's where you set up, let me think, stale fish, or no, melon. So you no comply would throw it between your legs and then it's in your hand. It's a weird. Look up Frankie Hill no comply if you've never seen it, because I'm having a hard time showing you what it is. That was awful. Are there board shapes that don't work out? I mean, yeah, sometimes. For example, I designed my first shape to be really, really funky, and it came a little bit narrow on the nose, and that created a weak point, and that's not good. So we beefed it up, and now we have a third version of the shape. But sometimes people will ask for like very specific shapes that don't end up working. My boss knows what he's doing when it comes to custom. He knows what's going to work and what isn't. So he's obviously going to say, hey, maybe you want to widen that up a little bit, or hey, maybe you want to beef up the nose on that a little bit. But we will make whatever you want. So, hey, the Fireball Farm is in here. If you did I just get told to shut up? Bye bye. If you guys want to see some cool shit, go follow the Fireball Farm. Subscribe to the Fireball Farm that's in the chat. That's where I go visit. Actually, in think about 30 minutes here, there's going to be a premiere from a trip out to that place. So check it out. Hater A little bit more sanding here, and then we were good to go. Absolutely, Connor. Give me one moment here. A little bit more love on this guy. Thank you, Wave Rider. I've heard it for a while. Thank you. All right, so that guy's ready for a little bit of touch up here. And that guy's good for graphics. Let me take you guys into this room here. You know it. Sometimes it gets a little ridiculous. Skate or die, I chose skate. So you wanted to see how the boards get pressed. So we pull the veneer, you get 7 layers of maple, 2 crossbands, and 5 vertical grains. We glue it up by hand right here. That happened earlier this morning on a live. I believe that live posted, so if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. And then they go in this press, or this press, or this press, or this press. Need to get the jacks going on that one. Or this press, or this press, or maybe even this press for 24 hours, and then they cure for 7 days, And then after they're cured, they can get cut out, and then you guys are watching the rest of the process here. So since we just walked through that, I'll show you real quick here. When the boards come out of the press, they're gonna look like this. Let me grab one. Dang, they're stuck together. So this is an uncut. This is what they look like when they come out of the press. They've got their concave, but they're a big rectangle. So when they come out of the press, they need to sit in that stack for 7 days, and once they're cured, Sam is gonna take those uncuts and he is going to attach, put the truck holes in on this drill press right here. Once those truck holes are in there, those are truck holes if you didn't know, the template, which is what these on the wall are here, is gonna get attached through that truck hole, and then he's gonna run that template right along this bearing, and this will cut out the shape. When I get the shape, here's what the edge looks like. Thank you, machine. It's comments like those that make me happy to do this. And that's what that edge looks like. It needs to be at a 90 for me to round it off. So that's the first step we'll do here. So you're gonna bring it to a 90 right here. This is gonna round it off. This is gonna clean it up. This is gonna clean it up a little bit further. And then over there on the orbital, you're gonna see a little bit more cleanup. And we're gonna get going there. Wow, thank you, Patterson, again. You guys are rad. I really appreciate the support. You guys can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. All right, I'm gonna get to working here. I can see responses in between steps here at about 12, probably about 12:12, I'd say. I'm gonna hop off of here. I have a premiere going for Lagoon to the Moon 3. We went out to Columbia Station, Ohio, hung out for a little bit, did a little bit of flashback edit, Columbus, Indiana, Nashville, Indiana, and Bloomington, Indiana. And then we went out to Stoke Run, and Chuck Bennett absolutely destroyed that forced air. Switch, regular, nollie, he killed it. Everything you can think of. It was really fun to edit that. And honestly, I think editing it made me a better skateboarder, because I got to watch every frame of his beautiful flip tricks. Sorry, it froze up on me there. All right, so we're gonna go, I'm gonna throw the respirator on and we'll get started here. Nice pool shaped decks. Yeah, we've got tons of them. You just go to lifeskateboard.com and check them out. We are all over the world. Just tell your friends about us. We have a flat rate to Canada. Thank you for the beautiful maple. We wouldn't be able to make these skateboards if you Canadians hadn't been planting maple for so long in such great places. Thank you. Depends on if you're a street skater or if you're a freestyle skater. Primo is named after a synchronized skateboarding routine, and a rail stand was named by freestylers. So now that edge is at a 90 with the concave, so we're going to be able to round it off on the next step here. Ooh, that's another language. Thank you, Kenny. Smuggling skateboards, full OG drugs. That's dumb. Raise you guys up just a little bit here. Oh, crap. How long does it take to fully customize a skateboard? Well, it's 7 days curing time, 24 hours press time, and then a couple days of shaping, graphic application, waiting on graphics to dry, all that funky fun stuff. Wow, Axel, thank you very much for the support. Axel asked, how did you get into making skateboards? And before I hop back in the frame, let me blow my nose, because this is... Hold on. You guys get to... There's my mic. I'm not going to deafen you guys while I go blow my nose real quick. Bear with me. Sorry guys, the temperature change around here has got my nose running like crazy. But I got asked, how did you get into making skateboards? Right time, right place. Sam needed somebody and I was a really good fit. This was a dream of mine to be able to do, and I'm very grateful and happy to be able to do this and to be able to share it with you guys. So, thank you for asking. Can you make a Tony Hawk or a Lance Mountain? You're referring to some guys that have had a ton of different shapes. If you're talking about the medallion, yeah, we could definitely do that. If you're talking about the old mini Powells, yeah, we can do that. If you're talking about a shape, yes, we can do that. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, you're going to have a ton of shapes and options to choose from, and you'll get a better idea of what to ask about, you know what I mean? All right, so let's get to it here. Let's clean this up a little bit. I can't imagine you guys can hear me right now, and if you can, DJI is going to get a crazy review after this is done. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. And I'll check it when I'm done. No way. You guys can hear me? DJI is getting the best review ever. I can just talk to you guys while I'm shaping now. That's pretty cool. Well, if you didn't realize, I got myself a set of DJI mini mics with the help of Luke on our channel, and they are working amazingly. I've got a new tripod head on the way right now too. That'll make all this setup a lot easier. But I am real excited about this video we're doing. I think it's probably the best video that I've made for the channel, at least as far as for this series. So stick around and we'll all go live together with it. on the nose and tail here with this, is just cleaning it up, rounding it off, and giving myself a little less work on the orbital. And I'm removing any excess glue that I can reach. Most of the time you can't reach the top because of the concave. Now we're on to the Mac wheel. The brand is DJI. Did you guys say that it's not very loud? Here, let me move it a little bit closer to my throat, you said. So these are really cool. It comes with 2 of these guys right here. They've got a clip on the back and an extremely strong magnet. I'm going to move that a little bit closer to me, and hopefully you guys can hear it better. But the DJI Minis are actually on sale right now. I'm not getting any money for this right now. I bought it when it was $100, but it's $75 right now. If you need mics, get it. They're really cool. They've got their own charging case. It's awesome. I actually did not know DJI was a drone company when I got these, but apparently they make some really, really nice reputable drones as well. But so far these mics have been great for me. The only capability that they don't have is that my video editor does not pick them up for voiceovers, so I have to export audio from other files for that. We finish with a 150 grit, which is what's going on right now. It is working really well through sanding noise. I honestly found out, because I'm doing these lives, that people will watch regardless of having the sound going. If you do woodworking, I'd highly suggest going live and showing people what you do. Just be ready for a bunch of trolls to hop in on the early ones, but if it's something you love doing, people really do like watching this. I've found something that I never expected people to enjoy watching. B. John, I don't know what your issue is, but I'm going to go ahead and remove you from my channel, but I'm going to advise you to remove cap locks for me. Thank you. He did it. Oh, Critical Rick. I'm sorry, buddy. Remember, I don't really know what you're doing right now, but I am actively doing what I love and sharing it with you. So if you think that's a mistake, then move along. Thank you. Oh. We press 7 plies together for the majority of these. Some of them are 6 plies, some of them are 8 ply. Sometimes it is, yep, finishing a skateboard right now. After I'm done with this, it's ready for graphics. Same here, Fallen. I mean, I will admit, I've got some like smudges up here that probably shouldn't have let somebody learn on me, but it is what it is. It's a better story. I don't really care. This is my skin. I have to live with it. None of you guys do. So. Fortunately, we don't have a samurai graphic, although that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Critical Rick is getting kicked off my channel right now. Thank you, buddy. So you're going to be seeing the final product on the walls in there. Unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing me do graphic application. What sucks is this is a big metal box, and the printing and shipping studio is right up the driveway there. I do try to make shorts showing the graphic application process so you guys can see it, and eventually we will have Wi-Fi boosted all the way out to there, but unfortunately that's all I can do. You can request a custom shape by contacting my boss through the Life Skateboards Instagram, and but you should probably go to lifeskateboard.com and go through the hundreds of options we have to make sure that you're not paying the custom price tag for something that we could already have. Kick flip, there you go. What? What? I'm sorry, Rick, I can't hear you. There's an ollie for you. You can catch me at Lawrence Park. You're going to catch me in the barn a lot. Probably not going to be spending too much time over there this winter, unfortunately, but... I probably should, but, you know... And if Jim is in the chat from the Fireball Farm, he can confirm that he did have to make us put on ear protection this weekend while we were shooting at his property. So I'm not the smartest about my hearing, but sometimes it's easier to tune out stupid people if you can't hear very well, right? Oh, the White Barn is in Waldron. That's a private ramp. It's where I posted the White Barn party video from. But I'll be up in Slam City quite a bit. Hey, thank you. Is that a potion? Am I supposed to feel better after that? I think so. Thank you. You're in Brazil? Thank you for tuning in. I love hearing that there's people all over the world watching this. That makes me happy. You never have to quit, I promise. I'm sorry, Richard. It would probably hurt a lot worse if I didn't have this mic set up. But that's why I understand that the numbers drop down when I start using equipment. But I like sharing what I'm doing with you, and I can't stop my job. The website is lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. Hey, there you go. You know what the cool thing about that is, Fawn? You never have to quit. You can skate for the rest of your life. Even if you're old and hurting, and all you can do is carve. This little wooden toy is going to bring you joy until the day you die. It'll bring you joy, pain, anger, happiness, everything. That's what this beautiful little wooden toy is going to bring you. No way, Life-sponsored skaters. Who was that? Which one of my teammates got you skating? Balding John, is that what they're calling Brad now? Yeah, wooden chemicals make my body strong for sure. You know it. Life Skateboards right here. That's the truth. Blood, sweat, tears, skateboarding, and smiles. That's what you can look forward to. Broken bones, recovery, lots of life lessons learned on a skateboard. Can I make you a board? Absolutely. Just go to lifeskateboard.com and get a life. Because it's Life Skateboards, not because I'm being mean. Plus, then you can tell all your friends to get a life, and it's not being mean, you just want them to have good skateboards. But if you do start going around telling people to get a life with no explanation, while that is extremely fun to do, be prepared to have a bunch of responses to it that aren't very good. I've got some message requests from people that have blocked me from cussing me out because I said, get a life, when they said, what board should I get? It's a heavy burden to carry, but it's a fun one, I promise. Walmart, nothing too fancy. Oh, Lucas, that's silly. You see, the Walmart boards are factory made with no concave. Almost as bad as the factory boards on shop walls, but not, they're a little bit worse. These are handcrafted, as you can tell. You're watching my hands here. But if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask about it. Oh, dang. I misread that whole thing. Lucas, reach through the phone and smack me. Dang it. Reach through the phone and smack me, Lucas, because I should have just given you advice on where to... Dang it. Sorry. Anyway, Lucas, starting off with a board and making sure that you love it. Making sure that you love skateboarding in general and you're going to stick with it. That's what those Walmart boards are for. It's for like the parent where their kid's like, I want a skateboard, but they're not really sure, and then they decide if they love it or not. My problem with the Walmart boards is that sometimes it might deter somebody from skateboarding because it might make it harder. The plastic trucks are hard to turn with. The kingpin being over the hanger makes it seem like you don't know how to grind when you should know how to grind. But if you fall in love with it from that cheap board, then you stepping up to another board is going to just make it easier for you. So apologies for misreading what was going on there. I need to stop reacting to things before I scroll up in the chat. Yeah, and there is no concave on those Walmart boards, and the reason for that is because when you add concave to a board, it risks splitting the bottom ply, and they don't want any waste on their boards because their boards are trash. So, well, welcome to the community here. I would say they don't have good starter boards. Like I said, I mean, unfortunately, and if you go in there and even, Bam wasn't happy about seeing Heart Supply in Walmarts and things like that, but if you grab those boards and you look down the trucks, you're gonna see that the kingpin is above the hanger. And that's just, that's not only dangerous, but it's deterring for young skaters. Yeah, thank you, Eduardo. But that's just the opinion of a handcrafted board maker. Yet we make everything. Be skating. And if you don't see something on our website, just ask us. You can ask in the notes, you can ask through email, you can ask whatever. All right, we're gonna get going a little bit more on this. I've got 4 boards here to shape, but I don't think we're gonna get all the way through it. At about 12:12, I'm gonna end the live. Downhill longboarding. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see. I used to skate, I think they were 68 millimeter, 79A downhill orangutan wheels when I did downhill longboarding, but that's for like wanting to do pendy slides and stuff like that. But it's weird. They're like stiff but brittle. It's strange. I don't know how they achieve that. All right, respirator. I hardly even know her. Where did I put it? There it is. I would say Orangutan. I really liked orangutan when I was doing downhill longboard for bushings and for wheels. Plus, the Quest for Butter is a great downhill longboarding video, and if you don't know that video, you should check it out. It shows the different color duros for wheels. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh, that is dumping the piggy bank out for that one. I don't know. I'm always going to have a chip on my shoulder about people showing out. Oh, I'm so sorry. The name of the video for the longboarding thing is called Quest for Butter. It's pretty old. It's pretty funny too, but I think it's a good one. And then the Lagoon to the Moon 3 is coming out in 5 minutes, actually. Where do you buy veneer? We get our veneer from Marwood. All right, so I'm gonna probably just go ahead and get this step done here. So, all right, guys. That was weird. Let me get you guys lowered down here. Marwood is our veneer supplier. Yes, that is correct. Sorry, Lucas, I missed what you said. Bird board. Well, Lucas, just save up, you know. When it comes to getting a quality board, some people pay exuberant prices for like a really pretty graphic on a really crappy board. So just do your research into what board you're getting. Factory boards aren't gonna last you that long. Our craft boards are gonna last you a lot longer. There are boards on the market that are made to last longer than other boards, and they're a little bit more expensive, but when you think about it, if a board lasts twice as long as another board, and it's less than 2 times the price of that board, you are saving money. So just think about those things when it comes to boards, because you're not just buying something pretty, you're buying something that's going to be taking a beating under your feet. So our graphics are done with hand-carved lino blocks. So we have some set graphics that we do. We don't do photorealistic or do anything with a heat transfer. Heat is the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue. And although the entire industry uses heat transfers pretty much because it's easy, we don't want to pass that damage on to the customer. Big Boss says, can I have a free one if I land a laser flip down a 10 stair? No. You can get a board from us if you'd like, but you could check out our team too. Jake Danny would probably back you up on that. What's the best wood for a skateboard? Maple, and that's Great Lakes or Canadian maple. But all right, guys, so in 3 minutes here, Lagoon to the Moon 3 premieres. So if you guys want to watch the video, it's only about a 10-minute video. I'm pretty stoked on it. It's a travel video with some flashback footage of some skate edits with me, Chuck, Luke. Johnny filmed the first one, and then our new filmer, Mysterio, who will get unmasked on the next trip video, is with us on this one. We went and visited Jim. We went and visited Stoke Run. And I think it was a good video, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the live here, and I'll be waiting on that premiere with you guys. After that 10 minutes, I'll hop back on here. We'll get to shaping that. We got 3 more to do, and then I'm done here. I'm gonna go get some side work and probably get some skating in tonight. So if you guys wanna hop over there with me, you can check that out. Luke is on a life board. Chuck will be on a life board sometime soon. He's actually coming over this weekend, so we can figure that out. Is it possible to eventually join the Life team? The Life team is pretty stacked and full right now, and I'm not the one that makes that decision. I'm one of the people on the team. I can't answer that question, not being the one that makes that decision. So I apologize, but I can't answer that question. The most recent add to the team was Jake Daney when I met him out in Pennsylvania. But all right, you guys hop over to this premiere with me. I'll see you guys over there. And thank you, Miss Queen. You guys have a good one. I'll see you in a minute. Thank you, guys. High five, Blue Flash.